What it do, everybody? It's Crystal with Key Culinary Consulting, and I'm sorry I've been away for a minute, just trying to get my life together with this little dude and figure out what our new dynamic is, or what my new dynamic is. So I'm really glad to be back and be able to show you or share with you some things. So yesterday I went and exercised, and just for the record, I try to exercise at least 4 days a week. That means either I'm walking or I'm really doing some heavy lifting or something that's going to be highly fatiguing. So I'm going to exert myself a little bit. And right now I'm in the phase of my program. I am doing some strength training. So I am lifting a little bit more than I was before, and I'm doing smaller repetitions per set. So the challenge, it's a bunch of challenges I went through yesterday. First off, I don't like taking my kid to the daycare center at the gym. I don't really have anything against the people there, but I cannot concentrate at the gym when I have to bring my son. I feel like it's completely filled with germs, and that the people aren't going to give him as much attention and care as I would. So every time I have to take my son, which has only been twice, I only took him twice to the gym. Every time I take him, I make sure that my husband is on his way to pick him up immediately, because I just can't. I can't concentrate, and I can't do other people touching my kid, because I don't know when the last time they washed their hands, and I don't know what these other parents are doing with their kids when they bring them to the gym. So yes, I am one of those mothers. But I was like that before I had babies. I'm really kind of a germaphobe. I need people to wash their hands with soap and water all the time. Maybe it's because of my experience in kitchens where you have to constantly wash your hands, especially when you're going from one project to another. So I'm really, really big on germ spreading unnecessarily. Meanwhile, my child now has a runny nose, and he's only been there twice. That's kind of gross to me. But I digress. So now at the gym, I have a challenge of reestablishing my strength. Right before I got pregnant, I was able to lift a good amount of weight over my shoulders, and right now it's really tough to get like 12 and a half pounds over my head. And some of y'all might be like, girl, I can't lift that. I'd be loving it if I was lifting that. But for me, I was lifting like 30 pounds in each arm as a dumbbell. So that's just my struggle. But the biggest challenge I have right now is, everybody claims that you're gonna lose all this weight by just breastfeeding, but for some people it doesn't happen. And I didn't have any false ideas about losing weight before I had my baby. Because I know that everybody's body is different. So my viewpoint right now is, do what you can do, all the things that you can control, do that, and love your body in the midst of. So I got these stretch marks, I got these big boobs now, and I have to focus on somebody else, so I don't necessarily always feel pretty. And that's a challenge. You can get information from outside sources that say, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. But if you don't feel it in your head, then it's kind of a bummer. So at the gym, I really enjoy it because I do feel beautiful. I feel so pretty when I'm sweating, which is ironic, right? When I'm sweating and when I'm lifting and when I'm exerting that kind of energy, it really just feels amazing, and I feel amazing doing it. But I just wanted to talk about the challenges with getting your body back. And that's always, on the minds of some people. Some people are rocking baby weights 5 and 10 years down the line after their babies have grown up and have moved on to other things. So it is a real big issue for most Americans out there, with 2/3 of all Americans being overweight. Um, you know, it's something that we should talk about. One thing that is really huge is diet. But leading a sedentary lifestyle or not doing much with your active life is also a really big culprit. So as a personal trainer, it is my job to encourage and empower people to get more physical and get more active. And so I have to lead that, even though I'm not training right now, I still have to lead by example because I know that there are people watching me. So when I go to the gym, I'm going to put everything that I have into my workout because I know that I want results and I know that I have other goals for my future. Like, I'm not buying a new wardrobe. I like the clothes that I have. I spent a good grip of money on them years ago or whatever. So I'm not getting rid of it, right? The other goal is I want to have more children. So I'm not going to continue piling weight on top of weight on top of weight. Because then, the 20 pounds that I haven't lost is going to turn into 55 pounds when I have another baby. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm right now leading my life as if the whole world is watching. Because I want to be a good example. And I know that there are struggles. Right now my struggle, is going to the gym when I don't feel like it. And I guess that's the very definition of commitment. When you set something up and you do it despite your feelings. Because feelings are fleeting. But if you made a commitment to yourself and to other people to do something, you have to do it. I know you're not going to tell your boss on Tuesday, I'm not coming to work because I don't feel like it. Right? You made that commitment. And if you feel like you don't have to go to work, maybe you don't have to have that job. So I look at getting this healthy part of my life in order, that a part of that commitment. I was surely not feeling it, and my workout partner texted to ask what time we were meeting up. I had to tell her 6, but I'm not really feeling it. And that was just me being honest with myself, but also me trying to push myself into motivating myself to continue. Because if I stop today, or I have a couple bad days, then that means it could end up ruining the rest of the week. So if my goal is 4 times a week, I'm going to go 4 times a week. I may not be able to make it to the gym, but maybe I can make it on a walk. Or maybe I can do a little exercising at home. Because 30 minutes is really all it takes. You get in there, you do what you got to do, 30 minutes and boom. That's it. It's like not even a fifth of your day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you got to take a shower. And yeah, you got to find something healthy to eat. But let's not even think about all of that. How about you start where you can start, and that's move your body. That's really what I want to talk about, the commitment level for things. And it has to be transferable. You make a commitment to save money. You make a commitment to go to work. Sometimes you got to make that commitment to be on time. I know I have a problem with being on time sometimes for work. You make a commitment to a lover. You make a commitment not to buy them shoes, girl. We all make commitments for different things, and your health should never ever take a back seat to any of the other commitments that you have. And even if you don't have the time, you can put it in your day where you don't have to necessarily exercise, like taking the steps or walking around the block before you get to your car. I've actually done that, and that was really funny because I didn't think I was going to be able to exercise that day. So I took the long way back to my car. You could eat outside. That may not sound like a big deal, but just the change of environment from sitting in the cafeteria versus sitting out in the sun on a good day is going to brighten your mood and change your mood and actually inspire you to do something else a little bit later. So that can also be helpful. And it's not just physically moving, but having emotional health and mental health as well. Another thing that you can do is when you get home, take a little bit longer to get settled in. I usually, especially after a really long day, I usually get everything I need to get accomplished at home before I sit down, because I know once I sit down, then that's it. So I make dinner, I get my clothes ready, maybe I take a shower, clean the bathroom, maybe I gotta sweep, my kid is crying or something. Like, you got 16 things to do before you finally sit down, and then you can sit down and kind of enjoy your night. That really helps because you can burn a little bit of calories like that. And depending on how fast you move, that will be good. But I just wanted to go on a little rant about how I was just not feeling the gym yesterday. But once I got there, I killed it and I felt excellent. So keep fighting for what you want. Keep reaching for your goals. And the key to success is never give up.